depends on how you define a police state. But if there's police around, it's a police state. But to what degree? Where are people's sensibilities at? How do you form a standard? And it goes all the way from the virtual world into the real world. So let's talk about the real world first. When you go around, I'll give you an example for perspective to show you the opposite. You know the frontier in the United States, colloquially known as the Wild West. That was like anything beyond the Mississippi in the 1800s. You know, mostly that century. By the time you got into the 1900s and close to World War I, the Great War, you know, things had settled down and it had changed. It had gotten up to another level. But in the level of how the state was of the 1800s, this Wild West was not a police state. Okay, this Wild West, the whole region, during this whole period, is basically an anarchistic state. A wild anarchy. An opportunistic realm of chaos. So in some ways you gotta say, like, a state is not really a state unless it has police. So to say police state is actually in a way very redundant. So, you know, we need to have these discussions. As I remember doing videos 5-6 years ago, it's a long time. I talked about the forms of government, I talked about what is anarchy, I talked about what is democracy, there's no true democracy, and there is no true communism, in effect, anywhere. You always have, you know, fascism, capitalist fascism going on. And if you add like a dose or a tone of socialism, a tone of free market regulation, not laissez-faire, because that would be just lax capitalism, more like an oligarchy, not what the libertarians talk about, or Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. We're analyzing the long arm of the law at this point. So there's the extension. There is the militarized extension of the government that we're questioning. To what degree do we see that there's a police state? And if you can't go more than a minute, just take a drive or take a walk. Probably it should be almost the same. When you're going along and you very frequently see some aspect of the police state, and I would give you the types of things that you're going to be looking for. You're looking for uniformed officers, police, cops, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to use PIG. Officers. I call them officers, sir, out of respect. You're going to look for security cameras now, which is another extension of their eyes, and to put into the court system because they use the video surveillance, closed circuit television, CCTV, as more evidence to what's happening.